The next area here for this sort of tour of the regions of Japan is Kansai. So Kanto is the Tokyo area. Kansai, the other major urban area of Japan, or region, is Kansai. The major cities in this is Kyoto, Osaka, Nara, Kobe. Nara was actually the first capital of Japan. This is the famous Todaiji Temple and Nara Buddhist Temple, one of the first sites of Buddhism, where Buddhism gets established in Japan, but also the first capital. This is one of the largest sort of wooden temples in the world here in Nara. And then after Nara, Kyoto becomes the capital. Kyoto is the capital, the famous capital of Japan. Here's the imperial picture of the interior of the imperial palace of Kyoto during the Heian period. And it will be, this is where the imperial family of Japan will live up until the Edo period. So for about 1,000 years or so, they'll live in Kyoto. Will be the major center, the urban center of Japan. It is more sort of centrally located than Tokyo, and in fact, that was one reason why they shifted to Tokyo, because it was a little bit more to the east, not right in the middle, so they could kind of control those areas a little bit better. We'll get into all that with the history, but this really is sort of the traditional world of Japan. So if you go to Kyoto today, I mean, there's tons of temples. I mean, the Imperial Palace is there right in the middle of the city. It's laid out very north, south, east, and west, surrounded by mountains. There's plenty of temples and all sorts of things in Kyoto. Osaka is a little bit newer. It's a port city, so very much trade. Osaka and Kobe are the sort of trade cities along the coast there. This is a Todaiji Temple in Nara, and then another very famous temple of Kyoto is the Fushimi Inari Shrine. Here, this is the shrine, so it's for Inari, who is another kami. We'll talk about Shintoism. Inari is the kami of rice, represented by the foxes. We'll talk about this a little bit more. But this is also the very famous one where in Japan, these orange gates are meant for good luck and prosperity. So you buy them, from the shrines themselves. But if you're a big major corporation, you can actually sponsor one of these gates to be built. So these are all sponsored by various businesses and companies for good luck and good prosperity throughout the years. This is some of the temples and sites of Kansai. And then one other major area that's in this region is Ise Jingu, the Shinto shrine. This is the major Shinto shrine. The most important one, this is the Shinto shrine to Amaterasu. It's in the Mie Peninsula, which is sort of near Nara. So this is kind of, again, why this area was sort of the beginning of the center of Japanese history and culture, that the capital is in Nara and Kyoto, and the major center, Amaterasu. This is Amaterasu's shrine right here in Ise. There's an inner and outer shrine, Amaterasu. We'll get back into this a little more when we get into Shintoism, but I just want to sort of introduce it to you now, so that, kind of being reinforced. But this is whole sort of shrine complex. This is the outer shrine. It's a little bit smaller. And then here you technically, you can't visit this. This is all surrounded by these gates, but you can go walk up here and look into this sheet that's blowing in the wind. Which really makes this really cool effect where you can kind of look in. So you can't just gaze at it, you can't take pictures of it, but you can kind of see it as the wind blows through this sheet. And another important, interesting fact about this shrine is it's rebuilt every 20 years using the exact same sort of building techniques that it's been used for thousands of years. So it's one keeps these building techniques and traditions alive, but also whenever it's dismantled, parts of this are then shipped around to other Shinto shrines throughout Japan. So it kind of brings everything together sort of into this major center of Shintoism in Japan. So this is all the Kansai region.